Hello there, my name is Veronica and I want to talk to you about fanfiction. Fanfiction. It is something that has been spoken about a lot across the internet for like the past 10 years. It's been existing for pretty much as long as we've had stories being told. Everyone just kind of iterate on each other and like, oh, I really like the character, let's reinvent it or like keep playing with it, all that kind of stuff. Fanfiction is literally just the act of writing a new story based on someone else's IP, essentially. And fanfiction exists in this gray area of copyright law. So it is a little bit of a tricky lay of the land or law of the land, that's the word. I can't speak today. Okay, actually, before we go, so that you understand what level we're working on here. Okay, it is Monday when I record this, and we've had a holiday break from work and everything. It's time to get back in the hamster wheel, right? So I wake up, my alarm goes off, I go get ready, head out, and I walk to work. It's about a 20-25 minute walk one way, and on the way there's a preschool. And usually around that time, it's bustling with kids and parents just, dropping them off. What's this motion? Just tossing them. Just tossing them over the hedge. Ugh. Anyway, there's no one there. And I'm listening to music. I'm just, vibing. But I just like, wait, where are all the kids? So I just kind of stop and look around and I realized I'm the only one out. It is an awful day. It's gray. It's kind of semi-raining. Outside the ground is just slush. It's awful, right? It's awful. But then I have a memory in the back of my head and just goes, hey, check your phone. Turns out today is a holiday. So that's how I started my day. And the rest has just been kind of weird. So yeah, we're working on that level today. That's why I want to talk to you about fanfiction. Not related to me being crazy and not remembering anything, but rather that I'm so familiar with fanfiction, I think I can talk about it without any research or anything right now. So all right. Fanfiction is basically you creating stories based on someone else's IP, which means you don't own anything. You're just having fun with it, which in my personal opinion just means that fanfiction may be the truest expression of love for writing. Because you're not gaining anything from this. You are not earning money. You're not particularly earning prestige from it or anything, right? You are just writing because you enjoy writing. And of course, there are many sites you can do this on. You have way back when you had LiveJournal, was it? Yeah, LiveJournal. And then, Wattpad is full of fan fiction, even though they're kind of trying to rebrand into more original stuff. So they're kind of a soup over there. Hashtag. Plug, by the way, Hellbound is free over on Wattpad. I do publish there every week. So go check it out. But yeah, you have the site that I would argue is the biggest one, or at least the one I am most familiar with, and that is fanfiction.net. It has been around for so long. When I came in contact with fanfiction the first time, 20 years ago, give or take, that's the site that I came in contact with. Now, I am also a bit of an idiot, as we've already established. So I didn't even realize that fanfiction.net had a forum page, or part. And so I never engaged in the community because I was like, what is a forum? I'm just young enough to never having really grown up with the traditional forum in the sense of, World of Warcraft forums. I want to say Farscape. RuneScape. Is that one? Anyway, but old enough to remember that they are a thing. Before current social media, Instagram wasn't a thing. So, I'm in the butt crack there. I'm a millennial, I guess it's called. So I didn't know that there was a forum. So I was just writing and publishing and doing my own thing. Meanwhile, while I was doing that, if you don't know the whole thing with Cassandra Clare and the Harry Potter fandom and everything that went down there, Google it. Like, there's so many people here on YouTube that has covered it, and it is crazy. During that time, I was there. I had no idea what was going on. I was just oblivious, happy in my little corner, doing my own little thing, okay? This is the story of my life. If something is going on around me, I tend to not know. I'm just doing my own thing. People around me just having wars and plagiarism and everything, and I'm just... Did you say something? It's just... Oh my God. It's kind of funny though. It's quite a relaxing life in that regard. I'm not involved in drama to that level. I just hear about them like 10 years later. Oh, I just saw, hold on, my flag. Hello. Where was I? Right, chaos. I'm basically a chaos gremlin that just somehow always misses the chaos. It's just chaos in here, you know? But yes, if you want some drama and a whole weird as people taking fanfiction way too seriously and then somehow getting published anyway with those allegedly semi-plagiarized stories, Google it. It's quite fun. But wait until we're done here, okay? Come. This is basically just gonna be an ode to fanfiction because I love fanfiction so much. I no longer really write it as much as I did when I was a kid, when I was just starting to find my voice. I'm too busy writing my original shit, but I still really love what fanfiction does for people, for the community at large, like the book space, because it's such a wonderful thing to see people just learning the art, right? And learning the craft and just kind of showing like, hey, I'm at this level. Do you like what worked, what didn't? And just feeling that you can be part of that community that supports each other and really help each other learn. Because that's what I did. Like, I started out with fan fiction. Like, I had written my own stuff as in the sense that an 8-year-old could do it. Like, you know, it has kind of a beginning, sort of a middle, and usually an end. You know, there's not so much quality in there. But it is something like fanfiction really spurred on, like, okay, think about how characters can act, think about the logic and progression of a story, etc., etc. It was a great old time, okay? That was also the first time I came in contact with like proper adult content. And I can't say I've been the same ever since. Back then, we didn't really call it spicy or smut. Smut was something like you heard some people use it, but the progression here, okay? Lime, lemon, smut, and then spicy, all right? I think at the time now where we are, people are using like smut and spicy in order to kind of circumvent the algorithms and everything. People at fanfiction would just say, hey, they're fucking, all right? They're just like, we're past the whole like censoring and coding our words. Like, that's what they're doing, all right? Go for it. So it's very interesting to see how much the current publishing landscape, that's the word. Okay, current publishing landscape, how similar it is to how fanfiction was about 15 years ago. And it's there's probably a deeper video I can make about that because it is very interesting how similar they are, both in how they like market themselves, how they talk about themselves, what kind of stories are being put out there, what kind of tropes that people are looking for. But now it's just in original publishing, and I lost the train of thought. It's not going so well with words today. Okay. I'm trying. I'm desperately trying. Anyway, it is very interesting to see how similar they are in that sense, both with words and, the tropes and this type of stories and what people are kind of saying that they want. Last week, I came across on Threads or Blue Sky or whatever. By the way, I've joined Blue Sky. Come over and say hi. Hello. But there was a discussion somewhere about what readers are asking for and why they pick up certain books and why not other books. And authors were sharing what readers had said to them or what kind of stuff they've heard readers say. And again, it mirrors the fanfiction 15, 20 years ago. And it's kind of fascinating that at least a few readers were like, yeah, I only read stories where the main character has dark hair because otherwise I can't self-insert. Or another one who was like, yeah, I hate the fact that authors are putting in so much physical description and or backstory because it makes it harder for me to self-insert. And I'm like, just like taking those things as a wild statement on it. The first one is fine, but the second one, you pick up whatever book you want. Whatever you like, whatever you dislike, doesn't matter. I personally feel like it's a wild statement to say like, hey, authors, you shouldn't be putting in so much backstory in your story because I need to self-insert. Girlfriend, you need fanfiction. That's what you need, okay? This is literally what fanfiction is for. If you want to self-insert, write the damn story. Nothing is stopping you. Okay, that dream, that scenario you have in your head, write it. That's it. That's you. Go for it. People out there are gonna love it. There's a whole subsection of fanfiction that is just self-insert. It's for you. And I swear, a lot of people who are speaking out loud about like, oh, we want this and we want that. And the reason why they really enjoy the type of stories that are being published today is because they haven't had a fanfiction phase. Because the stuff that we are seeing being published, the quality, the way of writing, the tropes and everything in mainstream are very reminiscent of fanfiction from back then. It is self-insert. It is Mary Sue. It is Too Stupid to Live. It's, you have this semi-cardboard, dark-haired, broody, handsome guy or guys that somehow inexplicitly falls in love and are super obsessed with this main character that is so plain and average, but doesn't know their own beauty because everyone else around them is like, oh my God, she's so beautiful, she's hot, I want her. And she's like, I'm just a plain average girl though. That's it. That was fanfiction 15 years ago. Okay, everyone on fanfiction has gone through the series where they, phase, I should say, where you self-inserted, right? You read stories that were like, oh, I would love, like, I can see myself doing that. And, it's, there's nothing bad with that, by the way. It's just part of growing up, figuring out who you are, what kind of identity, what identity markers you want to have, and all of that stuff. It's just you formulating who you are, forming who you are or who you want to be, and basically self-inserting into different characters, or self-inserting, but experiencing different stories is a way of exploring what you like and what you don't like. So don't take me wrong here. It's not a problem that people want to self-insert. That's not it. My problem comes with how people look down on fan fictions, yet what they are screaming for in original publishing is exactly what fan fiction provides. That bothers me because fan fiction is amazing. There's a whole world, and yes, it is a little bit in the gray zone because of the fact that, you are using someone else's IP, but most authors are fine with that as long as you're not making money on it, because it is not yours to make money on. So basically, fanfiction is allowed to exist because you don't make money on it. That is kind of like the fundamental one of the cornerstones of fanfiction is as long as you don't make money on it, it's fine. Authors tend to not care about it. There are a few authors out there that have explicitly said, hey, I don't like it. I don't want my stories to be used for this purpose. And while no one can stop you from writing your own fan fiction at home, I do know at least fanfiction.net used to have a section. I probably need to go back and check now, but they had a section where like these authors, you're not allowed to publish stories with these IPs, and respect that. And I think that's a great middle ground. Like authors can reach out and like, hey, I don't want my stuff to be part of the categories here. I don't want people to use it. And they go, neat, great. Because there is this, this relationship is built on trust, right? Authors are trusting readers to not profit off of their own IP, and readers are trusting that they are allowed to use their IP to explore writing or a specific story or anything, right? This is a mutual trust situation. And I think that a lot of people are a little bit worried about this thing that has started happening in the past 5 years, give or take, 10 years, where publishers are picking up fanfiction stories and then making it into original story. They are not changing a whole lot about the stories, a la 50 Shades of Grey, where it was already a story. Yes, okay, 50 Shades of Grey, fanfiction of Twilight, right? But the argument is that the fanfiction was already so different from the original IP. And I think that there's a valid argument in that if you are writing what is called an alternative universe, and it is different enough from the original that you're basically just using the rough outlines of characters in order to write your story. Yeah, personally, I don't think that that's a problem. But if you are writing in like an alternative universe that essentially like one event in the original story didn't happen, no, the rest of the world and the characters are way too similar to the original IP for that to not be a very dangerous place for anyone to publish as an original story. You are just opening yourself up for like court is like sued everything. Copyright infringement is the word I was looking for. Anyway, and so there is an argument for it's not being a very good look and being very borderline. And I think a lot of people who are writing fan fiction and enjoying fan fiction but not really looking to become an author after, like, from that, they might be a little bit worried about how the legal aspect is going to impact their hobby, because fan fiction is a hobby that takes a lot of time and effort and can be absolutely magnificent. There are so many fun stuff from my memories with fan fiction, and one thing that I will always fondly remember is the author's notes. Men, people are wild, okay? There was one that was just like, oh, sorry, I haven't been uploading for 3 months. I got hit by a bus, but I'm back now. Fanfiction writers, crazy. Mwah, I love you so much. It is amazing. You can find everything from just a short, like, 500 word fic to a 500,000 words ongoing story. It is marvelous. You have everything there. And I really do think that people who are looking for self-insert and the very specific things, I highly encourage you to look at fanfiction, because this image that people have in their mind about fanfiction that is, I don't know, I can't even really come up with what people are saying, but it's like, you know, the writing isn't up to scratch, you know, there's typos or awkwardness, info dumping, all of that stuff. You have generally very poor quality overall, which I very much disagree with and fight against, because yes, there's a wide range of people who are writing fan fiction, and yes, the people who are very new to it, you can definitely notice, but then just move on to the next one, because you also have some extremely talented people who are not looking to become authors. They just want to write this thing and do their day job and whatever they might be doing and just enjoy their time there, who are extremely talented, and the stories are complex and everything. I'm so sad. My favorite fucking story. I don't reread books basically at all. But this story, I think I reread like 7 times. And it was a fan fiction on what's it called? Was it the anime manga, I guess. Prince of Tennis. Yes, it was an sci-fi version of Prince of Tennis. So basically it was a completely different world, literally a different planet. The only thing that was same was like the character grouping and name, but everything else was different. And it was so well written and so detailed and so sci-fi. And I'm so sad it's gone. But that's my point. With you have a wide range. And quite honestly, if you enjoy the style of writing that is the Sarah J. Maas styles and all the copies, you know, I think that you would enjoy the higher level of fan fiction, because their writing style, the way they hold your hand through it, that you don't really need to think a lot. They are handing you the information and making sure that they tell you what to think and what things mean, so that you don't have to, there's no subtext basically. It's very surface level in that regard, because the author doesn't let you think on your own essentially. If you enjoy that style, and I don't say that with judgment, I really don't, but if that is the style of writing you enjoy, you would really enjoy fan fiction, because it's the same style. Which is also why I'm like, hey, if you like Sarah J. Maas, why are you shitting on fan fiction? This writing style is the same. Yeah, now. So fanfiction, I kind of went off track, I think. I don't really know what I've been saying, but basically fanfiction is an amazing tool to learn writing through, to explore different genres, different styles. If you like to write adult content or not, if you prefer to go the sweet, cozy route, or if you're like those scary people that go all the dark stuff, like, okay, I've tried. I'm not strong enough to read dark anything. Okay, I like my writing to be epic and cool and nice, or my romance to be like, ooh, it makes me feel good. It's warm and cozy, not terrified. Okay. I just want to enjoy my time, and I do not enjoy the dark stuff. But you can figure out what you enjoy, both as a reader but also as a writer, through exploring fan fiction. And I just think that people should really give that a go, especially if you're a young writer. Highly, highly recommend checking it out. Use it as a way to explore, because that's what it's inherently a tool for. Have fun, explore, and just create, because fanfiction really is the ultimate expression of love towards writing. Anyway, I've been yapping for a while now, and I'm not entirely sure if I have been coherent or not. Either way, as you notice now, this style is a little bit more towards the commentary side, as opposed to talking more in depth about writing. And I'm thinking of moving more towards the commentary stuff, because I have a lot of opinions, probably more than I should have. So moving forward, we're going to move more towards the commentary side of things, and then we'll see where we end up. But thank you very much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed your time. If you did, make sure to subscribe and like. Other than that, I hope that you had a great day, night, wherever you are in the time stream and all that. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!